Okay, welcome back, and we're going to take a look at a match that I played earlier today, actually. And I played pretty well, but did not win. You can see the match ratings, 8.27 for me, which is not horrible, and 5.90 for my opponent, which is actually excellent. So not so many blunders, only 8, and 6 with checkers, 2 with the cube, and let's go ahead and get to it. So, actually managed to make it all the way to game 4 without a blunder. The first 2 games were uh, really short, 4-roll game in which I took a pretty solid advantage, and then a slightly longer game. Oh, this is game 3, and then a slightly another 4-roller. In which, anyway, I was able to double and take a 2-0 lead and was feeling good about that. Not for long. We go to game 4. I'm leading 2-1, and I open with a 3-2. And actually didn't love the initial play of the 3-2. Would have preferred the standard opening, even in the face of these 4 checkers. Anyway, I went with this, which is an error but not a blunder. And then the very next roll, and I have another 3-2, and I have a chance to do it again when I have a much better alternative, which is to go bing, bing, and hit here on the ace point. Put 2 on the roof, and maybe get lucky with something. So not entirely sure why I didn't do that. Probably why I play it at an 8 instead of at a 4. Game progresses, and we get to this point, and I'm trailing. I'm leading 2-1, and my opponent's on the bar and doubles me from here with some strong advantages. A race lead of 8, a chance to hit on the ace point, and obviously, it will be pretty hard to miss these 2 loose checkers on his 3 and 7 points. So, did not mention, but obviously worth noting is he owns the 4, 5, and 6 points as well as the 8 and 9 points. So this is a pretty solid barrier. What I'm thinking is I have a pretty decent barrier here too, and that's a little bit overthinking it. You'll notice that while my chance of winning is yeah, go ahead, accept the cube. My chance of getting gammoned, basically half the wins are gammons here, and way too many. Things move along, and I make a pretty serious blunder here, which I'm down 26 in the race at this point, and obviously it's double sixes. It narrows that to 2, and I decided that was good enough to just turn it into a race, when I could have given my opponent a few more fits if I had played out to the 16 and then played into the 5, which erects a pretty solid barrier for this final checker here on my 3 point, and also creates the problem of having to clear the 2 checkers on the 12 and 13. And I missed the opportunity to do that. And obviously, a thing to remember about the race is no matter how you play the 6-6, the margin in the race is going to fall to 2. All right, now I'm trailing 2-3, and opponent opens with, I open with a 5-3, make the 3 point. Opponent throws double 5, so I was glad I didn't split anything. And then I throw 4-3, and better to just play these 2 down as opposed to going halfway. Another blunder just a couple of rolls later with a 5. You notice it looks like I'm just all over the place with these 5s. One here, one here, one here, one over here. Again, a lot of times the simplest play is best. We come in with 1. We advance to the 15 with 2 of those, and that gives us a good block here. And then we have a third 5, or a fourth 5 rather, that will come down to the 8 point, and all of a sudden our situation is a whole lot better. And why I felt the need to hit, and I mean, this is just a messy and dumb play. Same game, trailing 3-2. And I have a 4-2 here, and I am trying to hold for a shot and should have just hung on to the 5-point here and maybe hope for a 7. My race situation is, it's not great. I'm down 15, but after the roll, I'm down 9. Certainly, I'm one big roll away from having a decent chance in the race. And I kind of fritter that all away by giving up my 5-point and allowing myself to be hit. No matter what play I make that leaves a hit, I'm giving an opportunity for my opponent to just completely wipe me out of the race. And a good way to avoid doing that would be simply to play 16 to 10, maintain that block. Maybe you get the hit, maybe you get the double 5s, maybe you get the double 6s, but you definitely are not going to get hit. And what actually happened in this match is I did this, and my opponent immediately missed a double, but threw a 3-1 to wipe me out. And then I bounced with 6s, and the best thing that could have happened at that point was to get doubled, and I did in fact get doubled out of the game, and so went from down 2-3 to down 2-4. So I'm down 2-4, and I have missed a couple of doubles here that are obviously missed one double before the 9th roll that was an error, and missed this one that's a blunder. I've got red backed in. I'm trailing in the race. I have a 71% chance to win. Obviously, I don't know that at the time, and red is probably going to crack. The only thing I could say is that I am trailing in the race by 19. Not a huge consideration when I've got the last red checker pretty well boxed in here, and I'm trailing. I suspect if I were ahead 4-2 that it would look different, but we may go take a look at that later. And we go to game 7 now. I'm trailing 4-3, so I did win that, and I have a 2-3 here, and I go for the double hit when XG says probably time to break that 4-point prime, as beautiful as it is, and it's almost never wrong to point on your opponent and put him on the bar and make the 3 best points in your inner board, and I missed a great chance to do that. That was the last error of the match that I made. Played fairly well, but not great. 8 is good for me, and I've been working my way down into 6s and 7s lately, and who knows, maybe with a little more effort, we'll see 4s and 5s. Thanks for watching.